Are y'all ready to go into the scary hole?
Sure.
Hey, he answered me. That's nice. I like it when I feel heard. There's a scary giant skull thing and a Xaurip. It says enemy paused, auto paused. I don't think you did auto pause. So does this have fast travel or something? Can I like skip forward to the floor I left off on or something? I have no idea how the system works.
Let's
Kill them to dead.
go.
Where was... oh, there you are. I was like, where did my tank go? He just seemed to vanish. Is this a dangerous fight, or do I just watch? It seems like I can just watch. Because I'm saving my big scary attacks for when the fights get big scary. Where's the... yeah. You didn't do a summon. Did you get interrupted on me? Quickly. Quickly. No! Oh, the fight's over. I kind of thought for a second that maybe I could like rush into the next fight while those summons were still active since everything was going fine. Although I wouldn't have had any of my cooldowns, which would have been bad, I suppose. Look at all these gems. Into the box with you. I said into the box with you. Oh, okay. So the loot put everything in the box button only works for everything you can see on the screen. So if there's even more stuff, it actually checks with you again. This crooked effigy has been cobbled together with logs, scaled hides, and bones. A human skull adorns the top. Use Xaurips. You know, I had a relatively positive impression of you the first time I saw you, and you've really worked hard to counter that. I was like, oh look, they can be bargained with, and they're like, yo, immune to dragon breath and ground. It's a worm. It's a tiny... yeah, it's basically a worm that you could spell with a Y, but it's spelled with a U. But like, it's the same idea. No, yeah. It has no arms. Oh wait, no, it does have tail. It has legs, doesn't it? So it's a wyvern. Does it have arms? Oh no, it does. Wait, does it have little arms? It does have little... oh, that's a dragon. It's just a small dragon. Okay. It has arms and legs. Sorry. The pedantic people in the comments have slowly intoxicated my brain with caring too much about what category fucking dragons are. They're all dragons. Fuck it. Oh my goodness, because the people that will correct you every single time. The Xaurip is lying in a corner of the chamber. Its ribs show starkly beneath its scaly hide, and its breathing is labored, each whistling breath causing obvious discomfort. Tagani squints at the creature. This one's ill. See how dull the eyes are? It doesn't seem to be reacting to your presence. Examine. You look the creature over. There is a strange discoloration on its skin in several places, but you cannot see anything that would inform you of what ails the Xaurip. Leave it alone? Huh. Maybe with a certain skill or observation, you would be able to figure out what's going on with it. Things are probably not going to work out for that Xaurip, given that I'm killing every other Xaurip. Oh! Things got dangerous very quickly. Okay, you. Fix the dying, please. Thank you. And you. Wow, that blinding is always smaller than I think it's gonna be. You know what? Let's blast him. Let's do a big blast. So both spellcasters are going at it. Ooh, that went around. Yep. It doesn't combine Minoletta into one message. It goes everywhere. Because I guess each attack happens over time. 2 damage, 9 damage, 7 damage, 2 damage, 13 damage, 14 damage, 11 damage, 2 damage. It's 2 damage. It's all over the place in its effectiveness. Altogether, not greatly impressive necessarily. Not like one might hope. We're still not on our 3rd chant yet. In fact, my lead guy isn't even on his 1st chant yet. Is he chanting at all? Yes, Gia, what's going on? Minus 10% phrase recitation time. Brisk recitation. There's his chanting. It wasn't showing up a second ago, was it? How do I tell if it's turned on, or is it always turned on? Because he hasn't finished a single chant yet, apparently, which made me think maybe somehow he just isn't chanting, which would not be good. They're very focused on my poor other chanter. Hey, he finished his chant. That's good. That'll give me some more distractions to summon to hopefully get them to attack, not him. Hey, you just finished your 1st chant, main guy. What's wrong with you? Damn, they really like me. They like me. They really like me. You maybe target the backline guy, because I think that he's a little too focused on somebody I don't want him to be focused on. Let's see if you can go make him angry. There we go. Oh yeah, that fell apart. There we go. Just in time for my character to finish his 3rd chant. Fusro Da. Oh, we didn't get it off in time. He shouted at nothing instead. Mostly generic loot. A flail. Rolled against the inside of this broken shell is a tiny white shape. Only when a tiny toothed maw opens to let out a frightened squeak is it clear that there's a small worm recently hatched. Pick up the worm. Did it just enter my inventory? Yes, it did. Huh. You can see their entire bodies when you drag them around. Can you see that in this view too? Yep. Yeah, they have entire previews of the pets. It just shows their head there. Look how happy the worm is. The worm appears to have been the runt of the litter, for it's much smaller than its fellows. For all that, its scales are a beautiful gleaming white, and it seems to be fond of you. I murdered your family. I killed them all. They're all dead. Oh. Oh well. Well, this will make people more afraid of me. Now you go into the box, dog. Pets are a weird concept. Although nothing makes them weirder than fucking Fortnite. These cracked eggshells are leathery but brittle. Most of them have been trampled into a fine dust stamped with tiny clawed footprints. Video game pets are always a little strange in universe to think about sometimes, but Fortnite makes it the weirdest, because in Fortnite it's a shooter. You run around shooting people in a battle royale where everyone's going to die except the one winner. And then fucking everyone's wearing pets in backpacks. In a game where, like, you're using weapons and, like, people are trained to shoot center mass for stopping power, like, that's how guns usually work. So, like, they're specifically wearing dogs and cute animals in backpack baskets at the exact area of the body where people will shoot with guns. And I'm like, the violence is so bizarrely abstracted out of being violence in Fortnite that I don't even know what to think about it sometimes. It's just so strange to look at. A fine club. I'm not sure how many people are really interested in going clubbing. Do I have somebody running around with, like, an off weapon that isn't upgraded, perhaps? Not so much. You've already got your setup here. Oh yeah, I've given you unique one-handed weapons just for in case you feel like switching to alternatives. It's you. That's the only one, I think, wielding... Yeah. At this point, most people are wielding unique weapons. Most of the time. But you're using... I think he's using... Yeah. Okay, you two are both using wands, because I want you to have ranged attacks instead of running in to the fray and getting yourselves killed with your lack of armor. And I have you having a gun. So three of my ranged characters do not have unique or fine weapons at the moment. I would like to have an upgraded arquebus. I don't think I have one yet, right? Nope, my one pistol is also not unique. Maybe I should have you using this crossbow? Or the fine arbalist? Do some cross comparison. What do I love about you so much? It's this, yeah, the 6DR bypass, probably. That's pretty cool. Yep, these do the same damage. Basically. Crits can inflict prone. I don't like how it just says can. It doesn't say anything about a percentage chance. But this one has bonus damage and accuracy. And this is extremely slow. But DR bypass. Meanwhile, how much does he crit? I don't know. I think having a gun in the party for diversity's sake is probably decent. So I think I just want to have an upgraded gun. Work on that. Which maybe I can, actually. What does it cost to do? I have more than enough of all of those resources. The money's a bit much. But then it'll be a fine arquebus. So wouldn't that be nice? Bit of damage and accuracy added on, and then I can stop wondering... Give him beast slaying. 25% damage, god damn. Wrong bonuses. And kith. Accuracy against human, Amawa, Orlan, godlike, dwarf, elf. And damage against them. I feel like oftentimes the most dangerous enemies are people. Maybe this is a good bonus to have. That's why it's the expensive one, isn't it? Yeah. 600, 600, 600. 1800. Before I jump into this decision, I'll review the previous thing about that pirate store. I think they might have had a cooler gun there.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember right now, so I'll hold off for a moment.
Sure.
But I'm considering it. I think my go-to elemental preference would probably be to make my characters strong against kith. But that's probably not entirely accurate. I mean, a lot of the big motivated boss fights are going to be, here's the local bad thing, and here's a bunch of setup for this plot point about this bad thing that needs to be taken care of. All culminating in me fighting some kind of tyrant or crime lord or wizard or something. So I can probably reliably rely on people being the problem in a lot of situations. But there's totally going to be like an elemental boss fight and a dragon boss fight and stuff like that along the way. Oh boy! Why don't we have a lie down? Holy shit. There goes 4 party members. Hi. That was nice of you.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea.
That came out of nowhere.
Which is not very quiet.
It came out of nowhere. That was devastating. What did we get? Hand and key. Unique medium armor. DR 10. +2 DR. Defense against confused attacks. Defense against charmed attacks. Defense against dominated attacks. Worn by Pefrel, a paladin of the kind wayfarers. This breastplate bears an elegant relief of 2 hands presenting a key. Pefrel commissioned the armor to demonstrate his dedication to the idea of opening paths and doors for those who might otherwise find the passage too dangerous. While his devotion to the order dictated almost every facet of the man's life, Pefrel was also a faithful adherent of the god Barath, and the hand and key served as a personal reminder that the final door he opened would bring him into his god's keeping. And the final door he opened probably killed him with a poison trap, if we're being honest. Attribute bonuses. Give yourself a little bonus here and there. That's a good one. So lose my 2 DR, but gain all of those mental defenses on a character. When you're wearing, yeah, you're also wearing plate armor. We've got a lot of those at the end. Or I could even give them to Kana and turn him into a melee character. I don't know if I want more melee characters though. Depends on how much I want a front line, but I do kind of have 3, even though the fox is probably not very durable compared to armed and armored men. Pheromone's Curse. This rolled up piece of parchment is covered in smeared charcoal scrawls. Let me get it down in writing. I know this was a shit plan from the start. Merrick, gleeful as a toddler, convinced me we were going to talk the Xaurips into helping us fill our pockets. Help Andrus right into a great big pit, more like. And now you've all run off like hares. Meanwhile, here's me, up to my armpits in bones and Xaurip shit. I hope you all rot down here. I hope Merrick trips right off the edge of the world, and Drafton loses what's left of his wits and guts the rest of you. 5 of us left, and you run. Curse each and every one of you, and curse me too for dying here on account of a bunch of mewling pisspots. Here's for when one of you rotten lizard bastards learns some Adiran. I hope you all fucking choke. He is very happy, very unhappy about the rest of his party. I wonder if that exact thing is going to happen. I wonder if that exact outcome happened. Maybe we'll keep it around as a hint for later. That's 10, you already have 10 DR. So this would be the same DR, but with better recovery speed and so on. Not bad. An upgrade for you. Look at that physical appearance. That is a chest piece. Also matches his color scheme. Since I figure that's probably always gold. Yeah, pretty much. The sleeves might change a little bit. But it even matches his existing color scheme. Isn't that neato? The answer is yes, it is neato. I'll answer for you. Dare I try to finish this floor before I rest? My poor, poor, dying character.
Let's go.
I got him more armor though. Oh god. Okay. Oh, hello. Definitely a boss fight in that direction. Look at all that blood. I should definitely camp. In which case... Scary spells. Actually... Let's cast that in the middle of the baddies. I mean, these are the most likely characters to be harmed on some level. If I do it just right, I can get like everybody almost. Ish. Oh, it took so long to cast it that everyone started moving anyway. Well, it clearly worked out, so we're good. I know this fight's about to be over, but oh, you're all the way back here because that's who you are, right? Spiteful shout. No. Well, we're probably gonna have a big boss fight in there, so let's chill for a second. Also, the stronghold is done, and we're at 4 grand. I think going down into the basements down here is going to be able to fund a lot of the actual upgrades we'd want to do upstairs. The dungeons are completed, isn't that fun? It would be nice to have a merchant around. There's so many options here. This is just to make the freaking pool in the middle of the bottom floor nicer looking, basically. It would be nice to have a merchant. That makes some sense. Have a reliable local one that might update its inventory as we go through the story, kind of like the guy on the Normandy, for example. And the Western Barbican is required to make a bunch of things happen. And also just... oh, no, you can only do one thing at a time. Damn, you get options. Okay. Well, you don't get attacked directly very often, being the ranger. So for you, a racial accuracy bonus would be nice. Unfortunately... I don't really... what the fuck is the difference between a beast and a wilder? I don't understand the, I don't know the races very well yet in this game. So like a dragon, what's that? I guess a wilder is probably a humanoid creature-y thing that's not one of the kith. So, because like the trolls are wilders, right? A lot of the miscellaneous evil thing, the type of thing that the guy that Geralt would fight, that isn't a dragon and stuff. A lot of those types of things, I guess, were wilders, like the big deer skull-headed nature golems and things like that. I don't know. I'll give it a go. That bonus would probably be nice. Whereas a heal multiplier might actually really help you, because I'm realizing he has automatic self-healing and he has life leech healing, so that those might be affected by heal multiplier in a way that's actually pretty good. So I've been underappreciating that, perhaps. Hard to be sure. All I know is I'm about to get into a big fight, probably. Also, I somehow failed to loot that body. Money. Who doesn't like money? Fine leather armor. And money. More money. Please give me more money forever. So this is interesting. This person has a green. This person's green. Story. Okay. Stepping into this chamber, you are assailed by a cacophony of screeches, growls, and barks. Blood-spattered Xaurips dance in frenetic leaping motions. To one side, a Xaurip plunges his hands into a bucket teeming with blood, to daub patterns onto others, eager to join the rites. That's a lot of enemies, by the way, if they attack. At the far end of the room, one Xaurip, wearing the long skull of a young drake, and vibrant feathers, shakes a staff towards the gathering Xaurips, screeching and clicking. The high priest suddenly raises the staff above his head, shrieking with renewed vigor. He swings the staff downward to point it at the pit, and then at you. I'm not sure I like that suggestion. Ah. Yeah, I could have guessed. Let's leave. What? What? Okay, game, don't be a douchebag. I gave everybody clear command to run over here, and you fucking, like, I gotta do a camera pan, and then that overrode all of my commands. No. Oh shit. Well, that's not you fucked me. You fucked me good, game. You fucked me with that camera pan that overrode that deleted my command I just gave them. A camera pan that unpaused the game, so it also I couldn't react in time to the fact that they ended my commands. God damn it. Alright. That's bad. But I can do some things here. Especially since I'm newly recovered, as it were. And hey, they took a while to get to me, so at least this fight is starting. Reduced damage reduction of everyone! Absolutely everyone! I need you to get into position. Get into position better. Increasing damage reduction. Okay. Durance, have you cast your thing yet? Yes. Okay. Now heal everybody. Because we're about in that part of the fight. Reducing damage reduction. We're gonna melt these guys if I can. There we go. They seem to be running around me. I'm not happy about that. Okay. Hey, Durance. Was that really nice spell that I liked? If you could find that again real quick. That was level 2, wasn't it? You hanging on in there? You're not... Oh shit, I didn't have you on multi-tank. That's a mistake. How about you go knock somebody on their ass? Oh, you're paralyzed. That's not great. Maybe that's why multi-tank was disabled. Is he gonna cast that at some point? Has Durance casted it? Appears to be working on it. Did that do anything at all? It only hit my allies and none of the enemies. I guess the enemies kind of left. Maybe it'll hit those guys. No, it stopped. That was a completely wasted cast, I guess. Whoops. Y'all still have enemies to seek. Don't you go stopping now. I got things to do. Those backline worms that need to be eliminated. That was a hell of a knockback. There we go. Alright. Turn back. There is only death upon the endless paths. Well, that's foreboding and worrying. Alright, well, that could have gotten better, but we still got him. Might want to rest again, though. I don't know, it's just one guy, only one guy's at half health. Everyone else was super healthy. And it was because of the fact that they screwed me, and he got caught because I wasn't able to retreat as intended. They had so much opening to run away, and then they fucking canceled my action. What a bummer. That's a lot. That's a lot to potentially sell.
Steady does it. Keeping an eye out.
Be sneaky for me. Just want to know if anything weird. Yep, there it goes. I figured. Ooh, measured restraint. I'll see about that. This bucket is filled with blood and gives off an acrid stench. You recognize it as Mokka's tears, a powerful poison. The blood spilled from this bucket seems to have eaten into the stone. The rope tied to the bucket looks long enough to descend into the pit. What could go wrong? The biggest loot of the room potentially was a secret. Unique rapier, one-handed. Ooh. +5 accuracy, +1 enemy engaged, and its accuracy 3. Which is apparently accuracy 3 does 12 accuracy, 15 damage. I might give that to you. I don't know, you have life leech though, it's pretty good. They're both fast, basically the same damage. This one's a heavy accuracy bonus though. And +1 enemy engaged means that he can be even more tanky than ever before. But this other one turns grazes into hits. And some of the damage that he does turns into healing. We can experiment with it. Give it a shot. Whispers the Yenwood. Yeah, I've found a few of these grazes turn into hits things. That's an anti-spirit damage weapon. I can always switch back if I choose otherwise. Let's put you away for now. Six heroes, one shield. Alright, I think I came up with a rhythm for this thing, is that every time I beat a floor, I'll read a book. But not these ones. I need part 3. It's gonna bother me if I don't have part 3. How did I miss only that? Baratheon Scripture. Behold, thou faithful, the visage of thy transformation. Fear not the journey when the portal opens. Become one with the wheel, with glad heart and cheerful countenance. For the doorway shall open for all in their time. Neither the rich nor influential, neither kings nor rulers, neither the strong nor powerful can escape its embrace. Barath will usher thee through the doorway, and thou wilt return to life, thy mortal life begun anew. There goest the cycle, there goest life. There thou goest also. Thou shalt approach the door, the inevitable shall approach thee. Do not turn back on the portal. Do not turn back on new life. Walk the path, and welcome change to face the night. For he walks the road with thee, and will guide all to their destination. Thou mortal, the skull thou will become. Thou closed off, the key thou shalt turn. Thou sealed, the threshold thou shalt cross. There's like a weird distortion happening there. Like these are skinny letters and those are tall letters for some reason. Huh. I'm terrible with scripture. All of these and thouts and shit. Okay, stairs, sacrificial pit. I have questions. I'm curious about how it's framed as an option to go that way. I'm not sure if I want to commit right now. Let's take the stairs like sane people would. I mean, the bad guys wanted to throw me in there. I feel like if I just go down the stairs, I'll see what's at the bottom of the pit, and then I'll have a better idea.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
That's so startling when the game starts yelling at me. The game is so quiet and musicless that when a voice comes up out of nowhere that isn't even one of the characters, I'm like, huh? If we just go downstairs, I might see what's at the bottom of the pit without having to jump in. Endless paths of Adnu level 3. This is level 3? What was the previous floor called? I thought that was level 1. Or maybe the one I had to do while I was exploring the area in the first place was level 1? Oh yeah, it's more of those. Though worn away by time, many of the alcoves are engraved with Adiran surnames. I wish it would auto-switch to this tab whenever I read something like that. There's some things that make it auto-switch, but not that. Where are we? So to the right would be an endpoint on the map.
What's this?
Neat. I was wondering why I chose him to go forward, but it might have been because it already detected the trap. Don't skulk. Come into the light. Hey, friendly? Thulgar. So you're just hanging out, living under here, huh? Where do you get your clothes and weapons from? Do you take trips to the surface? Is there other ways to do that? Cast in orange hues by the guttering torches, a massive creature sits in the rear of this wide chamber. There is an acrid stench of blood and offal about the room, and a hot, malodorous gust wafts towards you as the ogre rises, stirring up the dust beneath its feet. If they had only known how many unwitting fools would wander into my camp, I would not have been exiled. Despite his words, the ogre studies you dispassionately. His pale, grim features are streaked with dried blood. But then, I think they have lost the taste for dwarf, now that they have feasted on one another for so long. The ogre turns away. I will not be fattened for the eating. You were exiled? Go but a little ways south and you'll find what's become of us. Once a dozen strong, and now we are nothing. A great chief, enraged by voices, and our people driven to devouring one another. And I, the coward, wait here to die alone. Easier said than done. He gestures to a heap of bones and cloth. Hunger has a will of its own. Matron Zola knows that well. Who are you? I'm Thulgar, once most trusted of Zola's warriors. Once. The ogre shrugs his shoulder. It matters not. Go but a little way. Blip, 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 blip. Same thing again. You're all starving. Isn't there something to eat down here? We have lived here for many years. The caverns have changed around us. Many old tunnels have been closed. Perhaps it's the spiders' doing. For a time we feasted on the Xaurips and lived well, but the Xaurip tribes have become diseased, poisoned. We did not notice at first, not until we, too, begun to grow weak. Some of us became like feral creatures, maddened by the poison. Matron Zola, strongest of us, she did not go so easily. Her madness came slowly. Some of us went on eating the Xaurips, of course, even knowing there was nothing else. They died painfully, but quickly. Others tried venturing out into the Great Stair, trying to find a way out. Zola forbade us from leaving in time. If we could not find anything to hunt, then some of us, she said, must sacrifice themselves. You're cannibals. Yes, we have come to that. Even I have tasted it. There is no returning from that, I think. I will remember the moment for what remains of my life. What happened to your leader? Matron Zola. She was plagued with dreams from the moment we came here. terrible dreams of something down below. She was convinced we should not go there. Thulgar lowers his head. I told her it was nothing. Thought nothing of it until we discovered the poison within the Xaurips. It changed her. Whatever the voice spoke, she grew harder, colder. Perhaps it was enough that the voice was never silent. Through all those days and nights, perhaps the poison made the dreams all the worse. It is harder, perhaps, to see madness in those closest to you. But I should have seen it all the same. Too late for that now. I should put an end to this, Zola. Yes. If you could do that, then at least we will be free of this madness. Who knows how long we might remain, eating one another, until there is but one of us left. Bring me her torque, and I will know the deed is done. That our clan, at last, is finished. Consider this the final request of a fallen ogre, dwarf. Do what I cannot, and I will find some reward worthy of your service. Damn. The hell of a life to have. Just be trapped here beneath reality.
Yeah.
In caves. Oh, that's good to find. Camping supplies. They're just completely isolated from the world, trapped down here. The only way I know to get in here was covered by a barrier that opened up, which seems to have been very consequential for others.
Slow and silent.
The sacrificial pit must have been sacrifices to the ogres. So if I fell in the pit, I might have like landed like right there in the throne room, because I can see the throne already. So here's the thing, I don't know. I imagine that going through this dungeon over time is something you do throughout the campaign as you get stronger. So I have no idea where the difficulty spikes are going to come from. Like, I don't know if I'm already in over my head or what, so we'll find out. That's a wilder though, so it's a good thing I gave myself damage bonuses against wilders, because get him. Oh, there's two of them. We'll give it a go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Try to keep them up. Yay! Look at that knockout. Yeah. Knock them on their asses. Might get a chunk of the fight where nobody gets hurt for a while. Hopefully. Yay! Oh no. That fox is very clubbed. Why must we club the foxes? He's pretty durable. He's pretty still there. But I'm summoning more dudes on him. And we'll make him more vulnerable. I don't want to over summon because I don't think that they'll all be able to reach him. There's not a lot of stuff here. A knockback though. There we go. That'll protect the fox for a moment and let Eder reestablish aggro. In a shocking turn of events, the human skeletons are ineffective, like always. Oh, you know, they're doing 0.9 damage, so that's exciting. These ogres seem to be a unique breed. If we could only speak with them. We just talked to one of them, Canna. Ogre blood. The potent blood of an ogre. It seems darker and thicker than the blood of smaller creatures, though similar in all other respects. This is one solution.
Yes.
There we go. That'll help me get away without resting for a little longer. I just can't help but notice that only one of my characters needs the heal right now. So I'm a little hesitant to spend one when only one character's hurt. So I'd like to, if I can,
Nice and slow.
make this last a little longer. But maybe making Kana take over for melee range. Of course, that does work better if I remember to make Kana. Okay. There we go. See, he got stuck behind everybody because he wasn't actually a frontliner. Because they're both just chanters. Between the two of them, neither of them explicitly specializes in one or the other, weapon-wise. There we go. Yep, he's very dead. Yeah, neither of my characters specializes in having a melee weapon versus a ranged weapon. In fact, the closest thing I have is that Yaskier specializes in interrupt. Which, this has a... Oh no, this Arc Press has a bad interrupt. So that's the one thing I'm doing. He's using a local damaging chant, and he has an interrupt bonus that helps when I actually have interrupt to use. But it's a stopgap. Let me stretch my camping supplies a little longer. And for that purpose, it'll function, I think. He looks like he sees me. I suspiciously suspect he might be able to see me. What is that purple? It's something coming from Eder. That must be into the fray? That must be what it looks like or something? Huh. God, he's in so much trouble when there's just one of them. It's just so much incoming damage. We made an ogre explode.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Ooh, oozes.
Let's go.
Oh, big ooze. Oh, bigger oozes. Okay, lots of ooze. Okay, I was like, it's just an ooze. Those guys are never a big deal. This will be quaint. Then there's a lot of oozes. A lot of oozes. Let's do some burning wounds, perhaps, to try to add to this. Let's maybe contribute some accuracy to everybody. There we go. And some damage reduction all around. Look at the size of that AoE you got. Please stop dying, dude. Or it'll be bad for me. That heal didn't heal as much as I would have hoped. Oh god, the oozes are shooting lightning at me. Or corrode damage, apparently. Oh, is that a bouncing lightning of something else? Hey, Eder? You don't seem to be engaged with anybody right now. Can you deal with that guy? That's killing Eder. That's killing the shit out of Kana right now. If you don't mind. They're immune to prone, so I can't do anything about that. Does this help me force people to pay attention to me? It just causes dazing. And they're also immune to daze because they're a blob. If I could just make them not primarily attack my caster, that'd be nice. Does his shout affect himself? I can click on himself, and it seems to highlight him, which is interesting. Is that the prerequisite? Does I just have to click on myself to make it hit myself? It's slash shock. That's not the type of attack they're using. More distracting summons. Maybe that'll turn things around. Speaking of which... Oops. If we can make them not die, that'd be nice. There we go. That's a big noisy number of enemies. Let's get you. I want you to distract the faraway guy if I can. Wow, you have a particle of health left. How are you doing on that cast? You could just get that cast done. Oh, there's Kana's dead. I tried. But now I got this guardian thing on that seems like it's overpowered. It would have really helped against the, you know, the guy that's dead. It doesn't say anything about a duration of how long it's going to be around. I should really Google this spell to see if anyone's done like a Reddit post explaining it or something. It looks like it might just stick on you, which means it's great to cast whenever I go into like a big boss fight. Just to have everybody preemptively defended, essentially. Yeah, we've got this. In a shocking development, Kana might not be the best melee user.
Sure.
Although that might just be true for chanters in general. When they get a sufficiently bad aggro.
Yeah.
Well, oh hey, there's the next floor. You really can just skip right past everything if you want to. None of these stories are mandatory if you deem them unfitting of your attention. I am happy that each floor seems to have story on it, because I was a little worried this is just going to be a grindy dungeon. But it's like, on top of being a unique floor to explore each time, which, you know, I expected at least that. There is, like, story elements along the way, and each one seems to have its own little micro-society that's living there, which... the logistics of which I'm going to be concerned about, probably, but it'll at least keep things interesting. Hey, Kana, can you do anything about that?
As requested.
There you go. Good buddy.
Keeping
Oh, hang on a second.
quiet.
Another bloodstone. Neato. Alright. Depending on how dangerous this looks, I'm probably gonna... Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Keep going this way. Okay, well, the fight started. The fight has started whether I wanted it to or not, so... so much for that decision. I should have gone a little more carefully with that. Probably played in a slower game speed or something to be ready. But okay, it's cool. I'll just cast a blind spell over there. And give us some crit chance here. Ooh, that'll affect the whole party. Nice. Nobody move. Please. Just long enough for this casting. Yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, I can't heal my health with this. Just endurance. But a little fear will help right about now. I'm definitely getting ready to rest soon, so let's just spend things on people. Did his previous spell ever go off? I think it did. I'm not always good at keeping track of that. I screwed that up a bit. You seem to have found your way over to my chanter, and I wish you hadn't. You could avoid that, that'd be nice. No, Intumak got knocked out. Who could have predicted a giant club to the face would be dangerous? Please summon things to give them more targets that aren't me. There you go. Yeah, they'll be focused on those skeletons for a bit. I do quite like my chanters and their summons and everything. Or having two summoners Makes the longer fights really turn after that amount of time is invested in them. We turn around and just start flattening the fight. Oh, no, the phantoms are ineffective too. Phantom used to be my cool dude that did all the scary damage. You can't be ineffective. That's a big bummer for me. Everyone's focusing on this guy, right? Yeah. We need some focus damage here and probably knock him on his ass. Yay, this will help everybody. I'm so helpful. Isn't this fun? Hobbling isn't really a high priority right now. There we go. Everybody do a kill. And also the Drake is here. I mean dragon. And everyone's fine except Itumak and those skeletons who were dead before the fight started. Well, the skeletons were not Itumak. Itumak is a fox who was not dead. I know, I need to explain these things. Obviously that was worth saying, that sentence. Trap disarmed. Ah, there's the trap. I see it. Okay, so we're getting to a point where we gotta be a little careful. Let's review who has the highest stealth. I believe it's you. I mean you. Stealth 7. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here.
An ogre druid. Neat. Ah! That turned around fast. That's not good. They're trying to use entangling roots. No, everybody go back. Come over here. Oh! Ogre druid used sunbeam. Oh man, you're making me miss having a druid in the party. Like from D&D. And by having a druid, I mean being the druid in every D&D campaign, because druids are the best class. Oh boy. You sure have some scary area of effect abilities that are interrupting Eder and killing Itumak and interrupting Kana. Interrupting Itumak. Oh boy. Yeah, I should go have my rest soon. You should be in the middle of the party. Let's do this. There we go. And you need to knock him on his ass so he stops doing these things that are all bad. Please. You tried. Try again. Keep trying. Is he almost dead? No, he's not. Wait, how big is that? Not big. Fine, I'll try knocking him on his ass with magic. Hey, that worked. Or was that Eder? That was Eder. Well, now I have an additional knockdown effect that'll hopefully continually ruin him and make this fight unfair as we destroy him very quickly now, I hope. And hey, you guys are both ready to go yelling at people. Isn't that fun? You're not in Fusro Da range right now. That shout also isn't very helpful. But I also don't want you to get any closer, so... Oopsie. But you can cause some damage. And you should just go over here, frankly. Just survive the fight, please. You have a particle of health left, and I just need this to survive the next couple seconds, and then we'll be done. That's basically it. There it goes. Oh, he's not dead. Oh. He not only is not dead, there goes Kana. I let that run for too long. Did he just die though? Yeah, he's dead. Ogre Druid killed Ogre Druid? What'd he do? The World's Maw? Did he cast a self-damaging spell? Because it says that he killed himself. He might have just done an AoE attack that was on him. That was on him. It crit Adair for 32 damage. It hit Kana for 31 damage. It hit Durance for 45 damage. God damn. That is a strong spell. This World's Maw. Oh yeah, calling the World's Maw hits Ogre Druid for 25 damage. It even proned him. That's a powerful spell. Big AoE prone knockdown damage attack, but he cast it on himself, so he died. Sorry, Kana. But hey, you still have some hit points left. So technically you're not dead. So I guess we have that going for us. Everyone leave the area of effect of bad.
Ready, Watcher.
Somebody nice and healthy can investigate the corpse, and then we're all gonna camp, because I've let this go on for too long. The Chanters are definitely the vulnerable parties in my group. They probably make themselves big targets. I mean, whichever one of them is taking the most damage is usually the off tank, where that doesn't use a shield, so that's part of it. But there's also the part where they're doing crazy AoE abilities all the time that are probably very showy and attention grabby and lead to the bad happening. Let's try to stack these into the existing stacks, even though I habitually don't use consumables. Those are from the Mother's Plea quest. Okay, we're gonna take a camp and close out the episode, and yeah, bonus Wilder was probably the right call. Oh. This is a less restful sleep, I take it.